So I'm going to be sharing things I would never do as someone who is focused on length retention and hair growth. So if you want to know more of this, keep watching. The first thing is using products that do the same thing. I don't know why people do this, but if you have a shampoo, you have a conditioner, you have a leave-in conditioner, you have a mask, you have oils, why get more? You do not need to apply another conditioner after applying the first conditioner. You're just going to get build-ups. Honestly speaking, I'm focused on hair growth and scalp health is very important, so I try to avoid build-ups. And most people that do this, they have low porosity hair, so they are causing themselves major build-ups. Your hair doesn't really absorb all that product in, and you just be sitting on your hair and causing build-ups and limiting hair growth. So you need to focus on getting products that do the basic things. Like if you're getting a shampoo, just get a shampoo, get a conditioner, get a leave-in conditioner, get your hair mask, get your oils, get your creams, butter. You don't need to apply two types of butters on your hair, two types of conditioners. Just stick with one thing. One thing I've noticed with having natural hair is that the simple your routine, the better. Like your hair doesn't require all that product. Like once a product is doing the same thing and you're putting it on your hair, it doesn't really make sense. So just use one conditioner on your hair, use one oil, use one butter. Like you don't need to be doing too much. Simple basic things work for natural hair. The next thing I'm going to say is having a long routine. When I was initially getting into my natural hair, being intentional with my hair, I thought that if I'm having a wash day routine, it's basically the whole day, but a simple routine works well. You do not need to use the whole day, and I have so many ways I use to cut down my wash day routine: detangling before washing my hair in sections, in twists, so that it doesn't get tangled up, so that I don't have to detangle again. Like my wash day routine takes less than an hour. Like it doesn't take time. The only reason why it takes time is when I'm filming, but if I'm not filming, an hour, I'm done. It doesn't have to be a whole day. And the reason why I like to reduce like the manipulation, wash day, everything is because I'm focused on length retention, and you need to reduce manipulation. Most of the times when you're trying to create a long routine, like your routine is very long, that means there's more time you're spending on your hair and more manipulation and more breakage. So just try to reduce whatever manipulation or tension you're doing to your hair. Like simple short routine and having good technique is so important, guys. Technique is so important. As I said, detangling before actually washing your hair and keeping your hair in sections when you're washing to prevent tangles, because our natural is coily, so you can get tangled up back. But trust me when I say that if you just try to reduce all those long wash days, long routines, long prep, all of that, just find a good technique that works for you. I have a very easy way I wash my hair up on my channel, you can check it out. But just reduce that wash day routine, reduce that prep routine. Like you need to reduce the manipulation on your hair, honestly speaking. That's why you're not seeing length, you're not seeing your hair grow, and you're getting stagnant growth, or your hair is breaking a lot. Just try this and trust me, it will change your life. The next thing I'm never ever going to do to my hair is leaving my hair for weeks without adding moisture. Please, if you're part of people that do not moisturize your hair, please change. Please change, because you're actually causing your hair so much damage. I know most people will think, oh, my hair is in a protective hairstyle, so I don't have to do anything, I can finally get rest from my hair. You are joking. Your hair is going to be, you're going to experience excessive shedding, your hair is going to break. So you need moisture to keep your hair thriving. Natural hair thrives on moisture. That's one thing you should know. And it doesn't even take time. It's a very simple thing. Get your spray bottle, add water, add conditioner, and a drop of oil, just to help to lock in that moisture longer, especially if you have like a protective hairstyle. I know most people will say, I just got my hair done, I just spent money, so I don't want it to get frizzy. I understand that. That's why doing your hair prep is very important. I make sure to prep my hair very well before actually making my protective hairstyle, because it helps my hair to stay moisturized for that first 2 weeks if I'm stretching it, before I actually start adding like moisture to my hair. When I do this, I do not put a lot to reduce that frizziness. I just do it gently, like just directly on my scalp, so that my hair doesn't get frizzy and my braids don't like start getting old and frizzy. But do not leave your hair for weeks like without going with moisture, especially if you want your hair to grow and want to see length retention, because you're going to get excessive shedding and your hair is going to be weak. Your hair strands are going to be weak because they are dry, so they're going to break off at certain points. So you want to avoid that. So that's one thing I started doing. I started applying my moisture routine. I was very key on it. And if you have high porosity hair and your hair doesn't really retain moisture, you need to make sure you have a good moisture routine. If not, length retention and hair growth, you're not going to see so much of it. So the next thing that I will never do as someone that is focused on length retention is not sleeping with my bonnet or scarf. I know most people still don't do this. I don't know why, but just try to make it a habit. Just try to make it a habit. It really, really helps, especially if you do not, like I mentioned, moisture routine is important. But if you're not sleeping with your bonnet, your scarves, your silk pillowcase, whatever you want to do to protect your hair, you're going to lose that moisture very fast. That's why your hair gets dry. Like you do your moisture routine today, tomorrow your hair is already feeling dry. It's because you didn't protect your hair. You didn't get a silk bonnet to protect your hair from your bed sheet absorbing the moisture, from your pillowcase, whatever, absorbing all that moisture from your hair. So you need to make sure you're protecting your hair. And the second thing for using your bonnet and scarf is that it helps to prevent friction from your pillowcase, your bed sheets, and whatever surface that you're placing your head on. It really helps to protect it, and it keeps your hair from getting tangles. That's why I get those single strand knots and your ends drying up. Your ends are very important for length retention, so you need to make sure that they do not dry up from all those tension or friction from other clothing materials. So just make sure that you always scarf your hair and wear your bonnet when you want to sleep, or just lay down, or just rest your hair. Just try to make it a routine, and it becomes a habit. Simple. The next thing I'm going to say, people do not really like this, but I'm just going to put it out there. I do not like detangling brushes, and I'm going to explain why. Because it causes a lot of tension and manipulation to my hair strands, and I see more hair come out from my hair when I use detangling brushes before. And now that I'm finger detangling, is so much easier. I try to not use detangling brushes on my hair at all, because it's actually causing a lot of tension and manipulation on my scalp, and I'm losing so much hair. So finger detangling is very simple. It helps you to feel where the knots are on your hair. It helps you to know how to be careful, because when you're using a detangling brush, if you have a knot on your hair, you would just brush it off. But with your fingers, you can easily take out those knots and not break your hair. So that's why I say that I do not really fancy detangling brushes. I know that there are a couple that are good that people are raving about, but honestly speaking, I've tried detangling brushes and there's no hype on it. I prefer finger detangling. I'm not saying don't use detangling brushes, but if you want to use one, please finger detangle first to remove all those knots from your hair, then go in with your detangling brush, especially when you're using it to style your hair, you're using it to do your wash and goes, your mousse, whatever. Just go in with finger detangling before you actually use a detangling brush, because it really helps in that length retention and the overall health of your hair. Okay, the next one is for my high porosity girlies, especially people that suffer from dry hair. Like if you have dry hair, your hair is always dry, deep conditioning will change your life. Like deep conditioning is that added moisture to your hair. So you need to, your hair is moisturized, you've done your moisture routine, or you're about to do your moisture routine. I always deep condition first, and I deep condition with two things. I deep condition with a deep conditioning max, and I also deep condition with my protein max. So when you're deep conditioning, it opens up your hair shaft so that more moisture can get into your hair strands and your hair shaft, and it makes your hair moisturized. So when you're done deep conditioning, you now go in with your oils, creams, butter to lock in that moisture. And trust me when I say your hair is going to stay moisturized longer when you do this. If you have high porosity hair and you're always suffering from dry, or you just suffer from dry hair, if you're suffering from dry hair, you probably have high porosity hair. But try deep conditioning. Deep condition with a deep conditioning max or with a protein max protein when you're doing your protein treatment, not all the time, but when I do it, I always make sure to use my protein treatment because it just helps all the nutrients to get into my hair and it makes a difference. Just try it and you notice that your hair doesn't feel dry. So the next thing I'm going to say is butter, oils, forever my faves. Like those two combination locks in moisture. I would never ever stop using it. Shea butter and my herbal oil, like though that combo, it's actually so good. I have a routine on how I use it, like my moisture routine, but it really locks in moisture to my hair. Like my hair stays moisturized longer, especially with shea butter. It just locks it in, and I love how my hair feels, and my hair feels amazing after. The last thing I'm going to say is protective hairstyle. Like, is this video ever going to be my video if I do not mention protective hairstyle? Like, this is the game changer. If you want to see length retention, if you want to see hair growth, protective hairstyle is very important. And not just protective hairstyle, but long-term protective hairstyle. Like, you need to keep it for longer periods. I will suggest you keeping it for 2 to 3 months, depending on how you're taking care of your hair or the type of hair you have, because some people's hair tend to lock up, like locks by itself. So depending on what type of hair you have. And when I mean by protective hairstyle, please, not all hairstyles are protective hairstyles. You need to know what type of hair you have, whether you have fine hair, whether you have thick hair, and pick protective hairstyles that actually protect your hair. So when I mean protective hairstyle, make sure that it is tension or less manipulation to put in, and low tension and low manipulation to take out. So for me, I have fine hair, so I tend to do protective hairstyles without extensions. You can join in on my challenge. I do a 3-month protective hairstyle challenge where I keep my protective hairstyle for 3 months. I document it, I keep you updated, and also you can join in on this challenge. I've done one challenge and I'm currently rounding up the next one, so I'll be starting a new one soon. So just make sure that you join in and you can subscribe so that I get updated on the challenge. But trust me when I say that I've retained so much length this year compared to previous years, especially since I cut my hair last year. So trust me when I say that protective hairstyle is very important for length retention, and it's something that you should look into or try if you're not doing it. So thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know what you loved, everything I've listed. Let me know what resonates with you or something that you're going to try, and just leave a comment if you have questions. I'll answer that, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, see you in my next one. Bye.